Hey guys, how's it going? Before we get into this trip report, I just wanted to quickly acknowledge something. And if you're here just for the trip report, feel free to skip past all of this. But otherwise, this is the 100th video of this channel, and it's crazy for me to think about. And I didn't even realize until I started making this video. The first thing that came to my mind is, what the hell was I thinking making this the 100th video? Why couldn't it have been like a Singapore Suites or an Emirates first class or something a little bit more interesting? But no, I had to make it an Indigo 1 hour low-cost carrier Bangalore to Pune flight. But that's just how life works sometimes. And kind of the things that I think about is when I first started making these videos back in December of 2012, I had my iPhone 4 and I would film everything and throw it onto Windows Movie Maker, which, by the way, destroys video quality. Terrible program. And the videos that would come out are like terrible. I would not watch them. And all my videos from 2013, 2014, 2015, still on my channel. Even 2016, they're all Windows Movie Maker. You can just see the quality of those videos and how it's much different than what you have today. And I think it's, when I first created this channel too, it was just meant to be a personal memory book for me, nothing more. Something that I would look on over the years and kind of reflect and enjoy the many flights that I was able to take. But as the channel started to grow, which I wasn't expecting, kind of in 2017, without saying anything, you guys kind of made me realize, like, okay, now that I have an actual viewing, I got to kind of step up my video making, make the videos better, use a different program, just make the overall quality better. And I did that, and I'm still working on it, but getting better and better every day with this. Really thankful for you guys. And it may sound like I'm acting as if it's not like I have millions upon millions of subscribers piled up, but even with the humble 4,800 subscribers, it means a lot to me. I never really advertise my channel. I don't want to just grow my subscribers for the sake of growing them. If aviation, flight reviews is something that you're genuinely interested in, then I'm always happy to have you on board. Otherwise, no need to subscribe and have it occupy space on your feed for no reason. But for those of you that are here, genuinely appreciative of it. And it's crazy to see those videos back then to what it is now, but that's life. You're improving every day and kind of seeing the journey of the channel from what it was then to what it is now. It's kind of like a storybook for me, and you guys are part of the journey too. So 100 down, here's to another 100, and some of the videos that come after this are quite exciting. So if this is your first video of mine that you're watching, welcome aboard. Hope you'll stick around. If you're here just for this flight, hope you enjoyed anyways, and carry on. But here's to 100 more otherwise. Coming back to this video, it's kind of crazy to me that I'm finally flying an airline that I always joke about. Not that there's anything to joke about, never mind. Anyways, all departures out of Bangalore are currently out of the same terminal, which is this guy over here, along with remote gates for airlines that are too cheap to pay for parking, like Indigo. There is a new terminal which, as of the time of this video, is fully open and functional, but will open for international flights later this year. The airport itself is way outside the city and could take anywhere from 45 minutes to over 2 hours to get there. Of course, this depends on where you are in Bangalore, but central Bangalore has amongst the worst traffic in India. Just over an hour away is the humble city of Pune. The airport serves as a military and commercial airport for India. Unlike Bangalore Airport, this airport is far more accessible. From central Pune, it can take around 30 minutes, but from the outskirts on the other side of the city, about 45 minutes to an hour. But for now, back to Bangalore we go. On this particularly uneventful afternoon, Bangalore Airport was its usual self, taking you on all kinds of airlines to all different parts of India and around the world as well. One thing that was pretty cool that was new this time around was that even the low-cost carriers had their own electronic self-serve kiosks. In other words, if you don't have any check-in bags and you don't have your boarding pass, you don't have to wait in the line, which is always nice since security at Indian airports can be really busy. I really like Bangalore Airport's design. It's linear and simple, and you'll find most of your flights right over here. except for the low-cost carriers that aren't willing to pay for gates. Those guys are downstairs, and that's exactly where we're flying from today. Quite frankly, taking the bus to the plane is actually quite fun sometimes since you get a better picture than you would get from the gate itself. However, recording this while holding a 20-pound aluminum bag and a fully heavy backpack in my other hand was no fun. Finally on board this flight, the legroom was honestly quite decent, and if you didn't have a backpack as thick as mine, you might even have more leg space. As for the rest of the seat, this is a low-cost carrier, so it's very bare bones and nothing else to it.
में यात्रा कर रहे हैं। पुणे तक की दूरी 1 घंटे या 15 मिनटों में पूरी की जाएगी। इस उड़ान के मुख्य विमान कप्तान प्रीति उपाल है, सह कप्तान समीर अमीरुद्दीन है। हमारे आज के विमान का बदल आलोली, अर्शिता, वैशाली और सुबी है और मैं कर्मा के मुख्य कर्मदल हूँ। इस उड़ान के कर्मदल हिंदी, अंग्रेजी, नेपाली और पंजाबी बोल सकते हैं। धन्यवाद। Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's simply wonderful to fly you on flight 60528. We will take 1 hour and 10 minutes. To reach Pune, your crew on the flight are Captain Kriti Upal, First Officer Samir Amiruddin, and in the cabin are Aloli, Arshita, Vaishali, Shubhi, and Amkarma, your lead cabin crew member. Your crew today speak English, Hindi, Nepali, and Punjabi. We are truly elated to have you on board with us today. Thank you. Crew with a hand, DJ. अपने mobile phones for flight mode या switched off mode पर रखिए। धन्यवाद। Requesting all passengers to kindly keep the mobile phones in flight mode or switched off mode for departure, please. Thank you. Cabin crew in positions, please. हमारी एक्सेल सीट्स शुल्क के साथ उपलब्ध हैं। कृपया हमारे विमान As we make our way up to cruising altitude, let's take a quick look at Indigo's different fare structures. Like most other airlines' naming conventions, the Saver fare carries the most amount of restrictions in terms of perks and as well as amenities you get with it. For a flight of this length, or honestly any flight within India, I highly recommend the Saver fare as it's the cheapest and doesn't include add-ons that you don't really need. Unfortunately, with the case of my flight, by the time I booked it, it was so late that the Saver fare wasn't even available, so I had to go for the Flexi Plus fare. Since this particular fare class does come with a meal, we'll have a look at one of the meal options that I was able to order. This is the chicken kati roll, and while it was served cold, it was spicy, savory, and satisfyingly satiating for the 1-hour flight. The meal did also come with the drink, for which I just went with the humble bottle of water. If you do decide that you want the onboard food, it's always better to buy a higher fare class that has a free meal bundled in. Buying a lower fare class like a Saver fare class and then paying for the food will result in a higher overall price. As far as this flight goes, Indigo Airlines is still a very decent way to fly all over the country in India. And as far as low-cost carriers go, it pretty much fits the bill for what a low-cost carrier should be.